gonna go. We're just gonna go. People will trickle in and shit like that. So I just tagged you on Twitter to get to announce that we are live. I'll put it in the Discord as well. Do. Oh, they already know. Okay, boom, there it is. Hold on one sec. Mako, thank you for the sub. 41 months. Big boy, big boy, big boy. Oh, I see you got New York Jets fan in your bio. You really are down bad.
I don't give up. It's been shitty forever, so it's just like
That's true.
you guys aren't used to this. I am.
Exactly. We don't know what this feels like.
Yeah, we aren't used to this level of pain. Now I have to listen to my uncles be like, "You don't even know what it was like when we were growing up. The Patriots fucking stunk."
Oh my God, buddy, we had Bledsoe, and we saw Bledsoe on the field,
so
and we were
entitled.
like, "This is the new coming of Jesus Christ."
Yeah.
And then he got hurt, and we got that Brady bum. That's what my dad sounded like, because he hated Brady. He said he stole Bledsoe's glory.
And turned out to be the greatest quarterback of all time.
It doesn't matter. He stole Bledsoe's glory. That was his fucking. He said it every fucking day when we were watching the Patriots.
I mean,
Okay.
that's a take.
It's his take.
That is
It's
a
his
take.
take.
That is certainly a take. All right, cool.
He also wasn't the only person in my family that believed that. It was like a communal conscience that they all agreed Brady stole Bledsoe's glory.
That is fucking wild. That is just wild to me. But I mean, I appreciate the takes. And we can embrace debate. It is certainly a take. On this episode of Not Another Gaming Podcast, we are welcoming back on SBG, Somebody's Gun, professional Fortnite talent and caster. We're also going to be talking about PlayStation ripping off its digital owners. We're going to be talking about the day before ripping off the people that are paying for the game. And we're going to be talking about South Korea ripping off their esports athletes. All that and more on an extra positive episode of Not Another Gaming Podcast. Strap the fuck in because we're ready to launch right now. Let's go. Yo, welcome back to Not Another Gaming Podcast. It's your boy, Papa Don. We're back live, direct, and handsome, and it is another Thursday night, a Friday Eve, a Friday Junior, if you will. Back once again, doing it big, just like we always do, and we are on the verge of the weekend. It cannot get here fast enough. We are on the verge of the holidays. I'm looking forward to those two.
Time out. Speaking of the weekend, this just popped in my head. The Weeknd just got a Fortnite, like 8 Fortnite skins, and he ripped off MF Doom, and I'm mad.
Bob, how are you?
I'm mad.
Bob is here too. Hey Steve, hey Marco, how you guys doing? Smooches, kisses on foreheads. Hope that you guys are doing great. I got the decorations. We got the reindeer pillows here. We got the little flannel blankets. There's some Christmas decor up there. There's red and green lights. Little red and green RGBs all over the place down here. Well, I guess just RGs, no Bs. So we're here, and we have yet another illustrious guest, just like we always do. This time, a recurring guest, friend of the program, and recurring guest, has been here now twice. He's back for the second time. Taylor, a.k.a. Somebody's Gun, a.k.a. SBG, professional Fortnite caster, Fortnite talent, New York Jets fan, unfortunately, and the owner, and we're going to get to this, the owner of the Fortnite Competitive Awards. SBG, how we doing? Pimp, welcome back.
Well, thank you. That's an awesome intro. I love that. I remember you guys gave me an awesome intro last time, so that's why I come back, is for those intros. And you know, if you guys have any Fortnite questions, I know all the grown adults love to talk about Fortnite, but you know, that's what I'm here for, is to cover all that stuff. And you mentioned the competitive awards. Definitely would love to dive into that eventually.
Oh, yeah. No, we totally will. So welcome back. And again, and you're welcome. I try to give, the premium gas whenever I can, whenever whenever we have a guest on the show, I want to make sure that you get your flowers, and I'll have you know that I've played significantly more Fortnite since the last time you were on.
Let's go.
Significantly. Oh yeah, just pretty much 0 build the entire time, but it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it. I enjoy it significantly more than any other like battle royale that's out there, and yeah, it just scratches a certain itch, and so I play it with my brother all the time, and we get a good. I also been playing it with my nephew. So there's 2 different levels of play that we get on. One is like us backpacking my 7-year-old nephew, and we get into basically like bot lobbies because of him. So we get easy wins with him, and he gets excited. And then I play with my brother where we get like really sweaty and scream at each other. So it's good to kind of see the different tiers of play. But yeah, before we get into
Damn, son, where'd you find
everything else,
this?
we're going to talk about the Fortnite competitive awards. We're going to talk about what's new with you. Let's talk about your weekend. Let's catch up a little bit. Let's settle in. Do a little weekend recap. Bob, first, how are you? I see you got the Christmas lights as well. Let's fucking go. Feeling real holly jolly.
I'm seasonal,
You are seasonal.
and it's not just my depression.
How are you, Bob? You playing any video games? You doing anything fun? What's up?
You're gonna shit a dick right now.
Oh,
Guess what I played on Friday?
World of Warcraft?
No,
Super Mario RPG?
no, way worse.
Fortnite?
No,
Animal Crossing.
nope.
You stumped me. What is it?
You know what it is.
What you played on Friday?
Yeah, Friday night, 11 p.m. Everyone's fucking bored. Nobody wants to play Counter-Strike anymore because we lost 10 games in a row.
Call of Duty?
Just guess what? Nope.
I'm trying to think of other games that you like hate.
Yeah.
League?
Yeah.
Oh no. All right, we're officially in the darkest timeline.
I played League for like 4 hours Friday night. It was like 11 to 2:30 p.m. or 2:30 a.m.
Bob, you swore that you would never become this person again.
I'm not this person because I'm still retired. I have not come out of retirement.
How'd you do that?
I actually played really well. We won 3 out of the 4 games. And it was all ranked, flex rank.
So you're not back.
I'm not back. No,
But-
absolutely not.
But if push came to shove, you could be back if you wanted to be.
If I was that fucking bored on a Friday night with absolutely nothing to do and nobody wants to play Counter-Strike with me, and 4 other people are saying, Bob, please come play League with us. We need a 5th for flex. The fucking planets
you
need
had
to
a full
align
stack.
correctly.
You had a full stack too?
Yeah.
Oh, so what would
Yeah.
you support?
I played support in top lane. Only person to win my lane, by the way, when I played top lane. Just gonna say that.
See, I
Can say that. You know? We were really getting fucking like mid bot lane getting absolutely steamrolled. I won my lane. I'm just gonna throw that one out there. Yeah, it was. We're just gonna go ahead and say that might be a once every 8 years thing. Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
Okay.
But other than that,
I mean,
am
I've seen
40.
I've seen you on Blitzcrank support, and I mean, I've seen the way you backpack bot lane. So I mean, I don't know about top. I haven't seen you play top before, but
How about this? How about you dial the praise back a little bit because I'm not gonna play the game anymore.
I'm just giving you a little, just a little.
Other than that, I'm 40 hours into Marvel Midnight Sun. I'm like, I probably only have like 4 story missions left, but I've gotten to the point playing that game that the fucking gameplay loop is so like perfect for me that I'm just trying to build everybody's friendships because it's a friendship simulator. It's not a dating simulator game. It's a friendship simulator game.
Love that.
And I'm trying to build everybody's friendships and level everybody up to 25 before I do the last few missions. But God, that game is so good. CS2, still 50-50. Game could be good some days. Game could be awful some days. TFT, brand new set. Not a huge fan of it right now, but I'm back in like mid-plat. So we'll see. I might make the Masters push again. The Vegas Open is this weekend. We talked about this, how I was contemplating going to it. I'm glad I didn't because this set is not for me right now, but maybe I'll get a feel for it. But yeah, family came into town that I haven't seen in like 15 years,
Nice.
which is kind of wild. But yeah, that's kind of really all I did.
You ever see that meme where it's like the insert athlete here spotted at Logan Airport?
No, let's
It's
not.
like-
Let's not do this. Let's not do this. Let's not. I know what it is. I've seen it a million times.
I'm gonna
Let's
do
just-
that with you when it's for like the invitational for the TFT invitational. It'll be like Dr. Bob spotted at Logan Airport on his way to the TFT invitational. SBG, if you don't know about this, this is I think it started with
It was a wide receiver.
it was a wide receiver who was allegedly coming to the Pats, and
Oh, it was Calvin Johnson.
it was Calvin
I think it was-
Johnson,
I think it was Calvin
no,
Johnson.
it was Larry Fitzgerald, I think, because the
Was
guy
it?
has
Okay.
dreads. The guy has dreads in the picture, and it was Larry Fitzgerald spotted at Logan Airport, and it was just some random guy with dreads at like the Hertz rent-a-car station. This is the picture right here. It's like some random guy, and it was like
Oh,
Larry
I have
Fitzgerald.
seen that, yeah.
And then so like this is another post that's like Josh Gordon spotted at Logan Airport. Josh Gordon is bald. He doesn't has a buzz cut. You know what I mean? And then they were like, when there was rumors that like Brady was not going to re-sign with the Bucks, it was like Tom Brady spotted at Logan Airport. It was the same. It's the same picture. So it's a very like niche Boston sports meme. But I'm gonna have to post that and be like, Dr. Bob spotted at Logan Airport on his way to TFT Invitational. But yeah, as for me, been playing some Sea of Thieves. Just having a great time with Sea of Thieves. It's a great little change of pace game. You can relax, hunt for some gold, kill a couple skeletons, call it a day. Also got back on Halo Infinite. Firefight came to Halo Infinite, and I've been playing the shit out of that. It is a fucking blast. Halo is officially back. It's great I'm happy to announce that it is back. As per me on wickedgoodgaming.com, Halo is back. Firefight feels really good. The customization, they like dialed up the customization by like a factor of 10 for free. They just made it so all the armor pieces work with all the different armor suits, which is amazing. And they added a shitload of maps. They threw in Firefight. It's the best iteration of Firefight since the original. And they threw in like 9 maps to start, which is amazing. Heroic Firefight is like the perfect difficulty. It's so good. And I forgot how much I missed like horde mode game types. But I missed it. And it just feels great. And that's been it. It's been Sea of Thieves or Halo Infinite. There's also a new update for Fallout 76 that I really want to try. The Atlantic City DLC came out, and I want to try that out. But that's been it. SBG, how's things been, dude? You've been playing any games? I mean, aside from Fortnite, but you can also talk about Fortnite. But then after that, we'll get into the thing. But tell us what you've been up to lately.
Freshly a dad. I have a 2-month-old child, so
Dude,
that's kind of
congratulations.
been quite busy with that. So haven't played a ton of games recently. The one outside of Fortnite that I've gotten into is a Predecessor. It's like a third-party MOBA. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. One of my buddies I worked with from Fortnite went to that studio to work with them for a little bit, so he got me hooked, and now I play it all the time. That's kind of the main game that I've been playing. And then on Saturday, there was a big event with Eminem in Fortnite. They switched from like OG Fortnite over to this new chapter. That was really cool.
Yeah.
We got Lego Fortnite and the festivals coming up. Mentioned
And
the
Rocket
weekend. Weekends coming to Fortnite as well.
Time out. Fuck that guy. All right. Fuck that guy.
All right.
You don't have to make a statement, because I will.
That's fine.
Fuck
Yeah,
'em.
we'll keep SBG's hands clean on this one.
Exactly. Nobody gets to put on the mask besides Doom.
Okay, let me ask you this, SBG. Let me run this by. First of all, congratulations on the baby. I hope that everything is going
Thank you.
great. I also have procreated since we last had you on.
Oh, congrats.
So we're both dads
Right back
now.
at ya.
Thank you. So that was he was born in April, so now he's 7 months.
I have not, by the way. Yeah. No,
He
not me.
just gets a lot of practice, but he's still
In the
he
red
just
thing.
keeps the red shirt on. Just no full contact, just just scrimmages. But
Yep, it's what we do in like Utah,
no beers above 2.5% on tap, and no.
And we just soak.
Jesus Christ! Please don't Google what that is. So, Jesus fucking Christ. Oh man, those crazy Mormons. What was I gonna say? So yeah, question for you, because my brother is a big Fortnite guy. That's like his main game now. There's like also his like main competitive game, and it sounded like a lot of the guys he was talking to who have been playing Fortnite like pretty regularly, just kind of whatever the new updates are, were not as big on Fortnite OG as some of the returning players who obviously like the people who were really big on it at its apex, returned to the game just to play Fortnite OG or whatever. And to be honest with you, I wasn't as crazy about it either. I like the new stuff, and I think the map is a lot more dynamic and exciting with like all the different biomes and different zones and themes and stuff like that. And the OG update felt kind of bland to me. So as somebody who's been in the game for a really long time, you've casted and played through its various iterations and have seen it at its peaks and at its valleys. What did you think of the OG stuff versus where it's at now that that event is over?
I thought it was cool. It was good for the game. It's always nice to like get a touch of that nostalgia, but you play that OG map for too long, you realize it sucks.
Yeah.
Especially for like zero build players, there's just some areas of the map that are untouchable. So it's flawed in the way that it's created, especially for zero build. And now players are so good they can take the big problem is there's huge peaks and valleys, and then good players will just hold you down in those valleys and then never let you up. So it gets really frustrating to play against. But again, in my opinion, they did it right. 1 month of the OG. Don't let it linger too long. Each week was like a new season, or well, I guess an old season, but like it rotated pretty quickly, so you never really got stuck in it too long. And then it brought all these old people like a Mongrel, Ninja, Tfue came back. He hadn't streamed in a long time, so it hit its mark, and now we're back on to new stuff.
Yeah, it definitely did like what it needed to do, and like you said, it like brought some old heads back into the fold, and just got people to reinstall. It probably got millions of people to reinstall the game, and it's there.
100 million people. 100 million people played in November.
That's crazy. So you figure, I don't know how many active players are on Fortnite right now. I don't know if that's like if Steam charts even count for that or whatever.
I can look it up.
Yeah, but I mean, you figure you had to have had, probably double-digit millions of people reinstall the game just to play the OG update, and now they probably still have it. And it's like, okay, now I got something new. I'll keep playing again, but I've been really enjoying it. And one thing that I saw a lot of like discourse about was who was the most recent? Not Eminem, but there was another really big name that was just added to the game. I can't remember who the characters were, but they just added somebody else that was a new license that they added.
Oh, Lego.
The Lego stuff, and there was another one though. There was another like licensed thing. I was talking to somebody at work about it, and I was like, because people were like, "Oh my god, I can't believe that this character got added to Fortnite."
Peter Griffin?
Yes, it was Peter Griffin. And Snake and Solid Snake got added. Okay. And I was like, like say what you want about Fortnite, whatever you think about it, whether it's your thing or not. But I don't think, they must have, 200 or 300 plus licensed characters in the game now. I don't think I've ever heard a single fan of any of those franchises ever be like, damn, Fortnite like did this character dirty and like it looks like shit in the game, or like they didn't do the character justice. Like, sure, they're making money hand over fist with these licensed characters, and they know exactly what they're doing, but like the models always look really good. The characters, like effects and props and stuff like that, always look really good. So I feel like if they're gonna sell you something, it at least looks great, and it's like you're getting your money's worth because the character looks fucking awesome. Would you agree on that, or you feel like you've heard kind of similar things, or?
Oh yeah, I mean they do a pretty good job. Normally, most like big name releases come with some like short 15-second, 20-second trailer that kind of like brings the worlds together too. Yeah. And then even more recently, they'll throw out like a few minutes of like, hey, here's why this guy is in here. Sometimes it doesn't make sense. Like some portal pop out, Rick and Morty like style. They're in the game. Just comes out of a portal. Cool. All right, Rick and Morty are now in Fortnite. But I would agree. I think they do a good job. They treat the characters right. And, they're probably working with the people that have created the characters to get it right. So as far as I know, they've done a great job.
I mean, even with like Peter Griffin, they like if when you kill Peter Griffin in the game, he like does the thing with his knee, and then his glider is like the Peter copter, which I thought was hilarious. So I mean, they definitely treat the licenses with like the reverence that they deserve. You know, I don't know anything about anime at all. Bob's roommate is our anime specialist, but he's not on here.
He works nights.
But I know that they you know, they've had several like anime characters that I'm never familiar with. The items that come with them are always like super OP, I feel like, but anyway, yeah. But while we're on the topic of Fortnite, why don't you tell us about the Fortnite Competitive Awards, what it is, when it is, why it is, and why people should check it out. What's going on with that?
Yeah, I'll start with a quick little what and why. It is basically I'm all about competitive Fortnite. Like that's my love for the game. Not a big fan of like the casual play. I get it. It's cool. Fortnite does a bunch of cool stuff. I love all the creative maps that are being put out as well. But for me, Fortnite scratches that itch. I'm a big sports guy, and like the combination of skill and mechanics that it takes in order to be good at the highest levels of Fortnite, I love that. So that's been my job for the past few years. It was covering the game, talking about it. And this is now year 4 of doing the competitive awards,
Okay.
which is basically a award show and process that recognizes and celebrates the best people within the competitive space.
Nice.
So we have awards like Player of the Year. We have each region gets their own Player of the Year. There's the best duo within the game, best organization, best coach, best play, you know. And then we get some fun ones like Meme of the Year. There's Video of the Year, Personality of the Year, a bunch of these. And it's really like I just spend a bunch of money to make this all happen. I wish it was profitable for me, but it's not. And this is like the one way I get to give back to the community that's kind of given me a career over the past few years, and I think it's something that's necessary. Big fan, like I just mentioned, of sports. At the end of sports season, you get that award ceremony, like the Heisman, the NFL honors, whatever it may be. And those people, those moments are legendary, where you can remember certain Heisman speeches. You can remember certain Hall of Fame speeches from people. And I wanted to bring something like that to give these players, these coaches, some recognition, some legitimacy, and then celebrate how freaking good they are, because these guys are really good at the game. And if we don't take a step back and recognize this, they're going to be gone before anyone appreciates what they did. So that's really why I've done it.
Sure. No, I think that's great, and I mean you're absolutely right. I mean I think it's really important to make sure that you're giving these pros and coaches their flowers and making sure that they feel that recognition, especially because it's like Fortnite. Maybe people don't think about esports like Fortnite esports as much when they think about the game, even though they are big and they have pretty massive prize pools, and there's obviously lots of people that play on a competitive front, but obviously it's not the most like publicized or maybe not the most viewed esport out there, even though the game itself is like the biggest game on earth, which is kind of surprising. So I totally agree. And now have you is that coming up soon, the most recent iteration of it, or when is the next award show happening?
Yeah, so I'll give you a quick little breakdown. So I create a panel of experts. After seeing some of their votes, some of them may not be experts, but they come together and we create a pool of finalists. So it's not just like a popularity contest of, hey, this person's going to get the most votes on Twitter and they're going to win an award, because that's nonsense. But you get people that know the game, you bring them together, you create them to help me narrow this down to 4 people per category. We just finished that, and 2 days ago on Tuesday, our voting started. So voting is December 5th to December 15th. And then on December 21st, we're hosting a live award show. It's just me and my buddy in like a little production studio. Hopefully, one day this is a big event. I get to fly people out, create something more than just us in a room. But this is where we're at for now. We'll have a trophy. We have a website for the first time. And I'm super excited for it. If you guys want to check it out, it's Comp Awards FN on Twitter or TikTok, and you can find our website there and vote if you care about Fortnite. Yeah, Your
Absolutely.
vote doesn't matter as much for the competitive pieces, but the community section of the awards are 100% decided by the community.
Nice.
Yeah. So you heard the man. Go say it one more time. Say the website one more time. In the
It's Comp Awards FN on either Twitter or TikTok, and then in our bio you can find the website. It's really long. It's competitive-awards-2023.prodigyanalytics.online.
yeah, go to those.
Yeah.
Go to those, and then sponsors. If you're listening to me right now, get it the fuck together, okay? Because we want to be profitable,
Yeah.
and he wants to be profitable. So let's all be fucking profitable, huh?
I love it.
thank you
I mean,
for
this
that.
is awesome. I really like the even like the sizzle reel that you get at the top of the Twitter account right now. I mean, you know, the graphics look legit. Maybe we buy a domain that's a little shorter, you know, and redirect it to that. I think that might be a good next step. But I mean, I'm right there with you, man. This is awesome, and you know, we want to see it getting a nice big room. And listen, if you need people working the red carpet, you know who to call. I look fucking phenomenal in a tux. I'll be right there, I'll be your man on the street. You know, who are you wearing? I don't know if you've seen the cosplay red carpet stuff that I did at PAX last year, but you know, I'll be there. You know, making sure everybody's dressed to the nines. So again, if you need some red carpet talent, you know, we'll squeeze Bob into a tux. We'll rip the sleeves off of it, and you know, make it happen. I'll make sure he shaves his shoulders.
You'll sew two fucking tuxes together, and we'll rip the sleeves
It'll
off.
look like Lurch.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, I mean that would be awesome. You do the intros for each award
100%.
because you're amazing
Oh,
at
man.
that,
I got
and then
you.
Bob just carries the people in, let
Yeah,
them
I'll-
know like, hey, welcome. Here we
I'll-
go.
Pick them up.
100%. Listen,
Dude, this is like, oh man, like just looking at the like casters, the finalists, like I'm looking at the website and it just, I wish, because I'm a huge fucking Counter-Strike fan. I watch Counter-Strike every single day. I watched Russian language Counter-Strike today because I had nothing else to watch while I was at work. And I'm like, I am genuinely shocked I haven't started gambling away all my money on any of these websites that aren't legally available in the United States. But I just wish that there was stuff like this for like Counter-Strike.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm looking at it. Like what you're doing is what I think should be done for every major viewable esport. Like we don't get the individualized stuff anymore. We get the esports awards, which covers, you know, the umbrella of all these games, but you can't focus on individual talent as much that way because you're spreading it thin across a dozen games at that point.
Well, and think about it this way: there's not like a sports awards, or maybe there is, but I don't know about it. And I mean, maybe the ESPYS.
Yeah,
is
that's the only thing I could think
best,
of.
But like even that, all these award shows have problems. I have problems. People are gonna disagree with like the winners of certain awards, but if I could just do my best, and that's all I can do, try and do better each year. Also have to give a shout out to Prodigy Analytics. If anybody needs some data, stats, analysis of
Shout
stuff,
out
they
Prodigy
created our
Analytics.
website. They did a great job. But yeah, dude, thank you for that. I mean, I do this because I love it. You could do this for CSGO if you want, or CS2, and I'm happy to help.
100%.
Oh man. Oh god.
Well, shout out to the Fortnite
I
competitive
gotta quit my.
awards. Shout out.
I gotta quit my job first. Then we'll
No,
figure
you
it out.
don't, because this costs a lot. So don't quit your job.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, I'm pumped to see how it pans out and continues to grow, man. I mean, this is best of luck with the with this year's award show.
Thank you.
And obviously, again, you know, I want to see it continue to grow. So, you know, when you're hosting it at some theater somewhere, you know, we'll get asses in seats. But so now, I mean, in terms of growth and kind of like what you want to see the competitive awards turn into, you know, have you kind of like reached out to any pros or coaches or whatever to maybe help kind of continue to attract people, or do you feel like maybe you're going to need eventually to put some feelers out to the folks at Epic to, you know, continue to grow it, or you know, how do you see this like kind of roadmap unfolding for the competitive awards?
So all of those conversations have happened and have been started. The big piece was being consistent with this. Now that we're on year 4, it's a little easier to have legitimacy. It's not just like some random Twitter poll that somebody's putting out of who's the best player in the world for Fortnite. Like we've actually gotten some of the best coaches in the world. There's a player representative from 4 out of the 6 regions that are on the panel. We have some of the top casters, analysts within the game that participate as well. So it's created the legitimacy, and that's more what I care about.
Yeah.
Is this something that the players find to be something valuable to win?
Something authentic
Because when they're
and something
peers,
that's like legit. Yeah.
yeah, is it actually something worth winning instead of just like some random, thing thrown on the internet where somebody's gun throws out, oh yeah, this is the best player in the world. No,
Yeah.
I want this like to actually be the best Fortnite player in the world gets put forward. And I may disagree with some of the like panelist votes and some of the awards that go out, but that's not my job, is to pick who wins. My job is to facilitate this and then present whatever the community believes is the best player as the best player.
So how do you like cultivate this pool of talent or these nominees? Like, do you go through? Are you and like the group of people that you put together, like kind of combing through clips, or are you looking at leaderboards, or how do you determine who the nominee pool is?
So the way I think I define each section or award. So there's like a specific idea of what we're looking for within a category. For example, Breakout Player of the Year is our Rookie of the Year, but Rookie doesn't really make sense within Fortnite. Breakout Player,
yeah,
makes more sense. So we did it based on you could only have qualified for 3 or less grand finals before.
Okay.
And just so you guys have an idea, there's about 4 grand finals per year. So you had to get 3 or less before this year in order to be able to be qualified. And then
all right, so I'm eligible.
anyone...
Is what you're telling me? Is I'm eligible for?
Yeah,
okay.
We're all eligible.
Okay.
And then anyone that had reached like top 10 within a grand finals this year was put into a pool, presented to the panel, or like the panel, and then they were able to see that. That's actually still all on the website.
Nice.
And Prodigy Analytics put all that together. You can compare players. It has their overall finals performances, average placements, eliminations, all this stuff, major, minor tournament wins. And it makes it really easy to check out who is better statistically. And then there's also like some, hey, you are who you are. That's why I invited you to participate in this. I want a little more than just looking at the stats, because I could tell you statistically who the best player is.
Right.
I want you to use your brain based on what you've seen in game, who you believe is the best player.
Totally. Speakeasy, thank you for the sub. 31 months. You're an absolute handsome legend. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. So yeah, and I mean, you could look at winnings, you could look at wins, you could look at KD, whatever. So now let's talk Zero Build and how this factors into the competitive Fortnite awards. Do you have separate categories for Zero Build, or do you factor them all together? I also don't know how Zero Build factors into like the Fortnite competitive scene, if they have separate tournaments or whatever, or whatever, or are you just like, hey, if this guy's not turning into a skyscraper mid-tournament, then he's not eligible?
So there is like major tournaments. There was 3 major dream hacks that then led into Gamers 8 this year, which was like the main Zero Build event. So the dream hacks were qualifiers for Gamers 8, and then they played, I think it was like a $1 million, $2 million big ass tournament for Zero Builds. I discount that. I'm a Zero Build hater. I don't really believe that's like super competitive, but we do, like, it does factor into it. We include those statistics, and there's also a Zero Build Player of the Year. So we specify that there is this other category as well, because I mean, granted, it's pretty much all the same players that are eligible for like their respective categories, but at the same time, some players stand out in Zero Build versus other.
Okay. All right. So when you read off that award, you're like, all right, it's Zero Build Player of the Year. Fucking bitch. Pussy.
What the fuck? Why don't you learn how to build a fucking skyscraper, you nerd?
Fucking geek. Learn how to play the fucking game. No, I'm sure you don't do that. I'm just joking around. But no.
Nah, make someone else do it.
Yeah, you mute your mic. You're just like, all right, Zero Build Player of the Year. And here he is, this complete legend of the game, Zero Build Player of the Year. strategically muting yourself. But yeah, no, I'm glad that you're not excluding us. Us meaning all of us zero build pros out there. I speak for all of us. There are dozens of us. Yeah, I mean, listen, if they're eligible for multi-million-dollar prize pools, I mean, they should be eligible for an award. So even though you're a zero build hater, that's okay. It grows the game.
I believe there's a space for it in the game. It's just not that competitive.
Yeah.
So I
mean, I think that was the last time we talked. I think Zero Build like just came out. I think that was right when you came on.
Wow, yeah. I think that was because it was like the big update, right? Yeah. Well, okay.
Yeah, damn, that's crazy. Yeah, I think I'm almost positive that's exactly because we were talking about it, and I think you had a similar sentiment back then where you were like, I'm never going to touch it, but, you know, it'll bring new eyeballs to the game, and then maybe they end up learning how to build. Maybe they don't. But in any case, it helps, you know, keep the game pumping. So, cool. Well, speaking of games that are doing certainly something right now, Bob, you want to talk a little bit about the day before?
Yeah, dude, they're pumping. Negative reviews on Steam, that's for fucking sure. We have talked about the day before, I think maybe a dozen times on this podcast, and it is post-apocalyptic, semi-horror survival MMORPG that has gone through the absolute ringer of despair, bad publicity, scandals galore, anything you could imagine that could be negatively impacting the release of a game.
Mm-hmm.
It has happened for the day before. But guess what? It launched today in early access, and you know how well it's going?
How well?
Not well. It's going poorly. Like, everything I've seen so far has been people claiming they can't get the game physically will not launch.
Yep.
It is seizing their computers, so they have to manually shut down their computers. If they get into the game, there are a galore of there is a like slew of crashes, bugs. The game is not even ready to be in early access, and yet they released it. We said it in the past. Maybe this was all just a big social experiment to see what would happen when a game is announced to be something massive and magnificent. But in reality, when you pull the curtains back just like a half an inch, you see that there's nothing really behind it. So I'm going to go ahead and say theory still stands. This was all a social experiment to begin with.
I'm almost positive, like, we were just talking about it before the show. We were just talking about this, like, it had to have been less than 20 episodes ago. It had to have been maybe 2-3 months ago, because this is around the same time. I'm going to have to look up, like, when the allegations of the asset theft came out, because that it had to have been like something around then. And Fantastic Games put out a statement saying that, hold on one second, let me find the tweet. I just put an article up on wickedgoodgaming.com. Make sure you go read that.
Not only did they steal assets, they stole the entire The Last of Us trailer, shot for shot.
Yeah. So Fantastic Games released a tweet. I don't think that they're a US-based studio, just because the statement is extremely poorly written. And I just assume that it's like English is not their first language, which is fine. But they released this thing. It's like revelations from Fantastic ahead of the day before's release. This was posted 3 days ago. To a person who didn't believe in us, please don't accuse us of scamming. That's not true. We didn't take a penny from anyone. Please don't accuse us of an asset flip. That's also not true. Our team worked day and night for 5 years to make this game a reality. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff like in the tweet, but it was literally like, don't say that we're scammers. And then
Scammers would never say that.
No. Yeah. You know who calls people scammers?
Being a scammer.
Yeah. You know who calls people scammers? Scammers. But yeah,
untrustworthy people, that's who.
So and then the game came out and people are like, "Hey, this is not an open world MMO. It is hardly open world. There's hardly a world, and it certainly is not massively multiplayer. It's more like an extraction shooter." And then people were screenshotting the day before YouTube page, and it looks like Fantastic Games was taking down a bunch of videos that had come out pre-launch.
Would wait a second. Would a scammer do that though?
Totally not. They just
I don't
maybe
think
cleaning
so.
things up. Maybe cleaning things up. Maybe they're just old
Right.
stuff.
Yeah.
But allegedly they were taking down videos from their YouTube channel that kind of marketed the game as an MMO, but now it's not. So I don't know what the deal with that is, but there's like 8 videos on their YouTube channel now, and there was like 30 before. So yeah.
So they're doing well.
How do studios get away with this? I feel like this has happened several times where this awesome game is promised and absolute dog is delivered.
Yeah.
What the space one that's actually good now, where you get to travel.
No Man's
No
Sky.
Man's Sky.
That's it. Yeah, that was another one that was supposed promised to be this amazing game. I was super hyped for that, and then now 5 years later, it's like actually a good game. But
Yeah.
what,
This is
what's
on a
going
whole nother level though. Like I mean,
Yeah.
Fantastic Games, like I'm pretty sure Hello Games that's the No Man's Sky studio. They're like a legit studio. Fantastic Games came out of absolutely nowhere. I think this is their
It's
second
their first.
game.
I think it's their first game.
Yeah, it's you can count on one Jason Pierre Paul hand how many games they've released. And
Hold on, time out. If it's the weekend after the 4th of July and you're somewhere in the South
Mhm.
and you just left the emergency room,
Yeah.
or you just walked into the emergency room, you can count how many games they released on one of those people in the emergency room's
Yeah.
hands.
Totally. So
That's a multi-layered joke, everybody.
it is. And whatever the case may be, we don't really know much about the team. We don't really know kind of like what their origins are, what their background is. They also had posted a lot about like people just like volunteering to help out with the game. So I don't know if like this game just went viral and that's why it was like so popular. Like maybe it would have just completely flown under the radar if it wasn't for the asset theft accusations, and it would have just kind of like been whatever it was. And I'm sure there's a million shovelware games on Steam that, you know, will never see the light of day and that people haven't even played. But it's just wild that this game has so many eyeballs on it, and it also is experiencing whatever it's going through right now. Because people are posting like they are starting the game and you get up off a medical table and your character just falls through the map and dies immediately. It is like one of the most common bugs in the game where you just can't even play it. Because the second that you stand up, you fall through the floor and then you die. And the game stops.
I just think that there is a widespread issue with. So this has been a topic of conversation when it comes to the minimal requirements and, you know, backlogging of what Valve does when it comes to Steam independent releases. I think it's an issue that is broader than just Steam, and it comes into the indie scene in general, where what you see is a lot of the times indie developers will follow a traditional path towards like finding one of the publishers that, you know, try to build upon them, like what Tiny Build. Like Tiny Build does a lot of like good indie developer acquisition to help form, you know, a true game that they can release. When it comes to like the more open and broad statement that is like indie game development, there is no regulation. There is no, you know, backers behind it that are that are demanding something to be on the receiving end at the end of it. So, you know, they got. I think it is definitely a combination of the game went viral on social media platforms, specifically TikTok. A lot of controversy soon followed, so everybody's talking about it. And then at that point, it's, I don't know, maybe like a reverse imposter syndrome, like Napoleon syndrome, where they're thinking that we are now at this forefront of everybody's face. it's time for us to execute what we really want to do.
Yeah.
And because that view was so out of their own reach, because they don't have the resources for it, they created what they could.
Yeah.
Have not only double, tripled, but quadrupled down on all of the controversies, that they are not scammers, that everything they have done has been legitimate, and they release a completely broken and unfinished product
Yep.
to make a quick dollar, which is what it's going to be. But what you really need to keep an eye on is, what do they do now in the following 6 months? Like, do they have a roadmap? Do they put forward a potential 1.0 release date? What is it that they plan on doing? Because if they don't do any of that, then everybody who bought the game got fucking scammed, returned it on Steam.
Yeah.
Don't play more than 70 or 90 minutes of it, return it on Steam. They just beat you for $40.
Yeah.
But I think that unfortunately, we've gotten to the point in video game history where games releasing as broken, buggy messes is not out of the norm. It is essentially the norm at this point.
Yeah.
So, we've seen those tales of like heroic 360s or 180s to fully spin a game back into the direction that they went. Playable, enjoyable, people love it again. But those games also have developers and publishers behind them that are dedicated to giving you that product. And for a completely unknown studio to come forward and release a game with massive hype behind it and massive, like, just untapped potential in a genre that is, so far beyond what most people would expect.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's, if they don't have a roadmap, if they don't have a 1.0 release date, if they don't have like consistent patch notes every 2 weeks on how they're fixing the game, and instead they quintuple down saying like, nah, maybe your PC is just not up to the requirements, minimum requirements. Well, they blame everybody else. You got scammed. So
Yeah.
We'll
I
see.
think
or a social experiment.
the most altruistic way to think about this is that this studio was in way over their head from the start, and it just went viral because of the asset theft thing. That story went viral, and so the game went viral, and all of a sudden they are in leagues over their head.
So the
And-
game went viral before the asset theft
Oh, did it?
controversy. Yeah, it went viral on TikTok. It was actually huge on TikTok for like maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and that's when people started digging into it and found the asset theft shit.
Right. So, like, again, this is the most altruistic way to think about it. Is like, it has 56,000 followers on Twitter. TikTok, it's obviously pretty big as well. Mytona is the publishing studio. Never heard of them either. Again, they could just be in severely over their heads, and it was like, hey, I guess let's just crank out whatever we can, and there might very well be lots and lots of other indie games from teeny tiny studios that are not even close to what they initially wanted to put out. But the fact that this game was so big and like they were so popular, and I mean, you mean to tell me they couldn't have like scrounged up like a couple rounds of funding or something like that? Like, hey, maybe we could get some backers, to help us build this, and maybe we can actually hire legit engineers and shit like that. You mean to tell me they couldn't drum up any sort of fucking funding to actually make this a real thing? I kind of hope that it doesn't. Like, again, this is me, because on the last episode, I do remember saying, like, I'm rooting for fantastic games. I want this to pan out somehow. And one way or another, there's going to be people who probably can't even be bothered to refund this game. Or maybe they bought it. I don't know if it's only PC or if it's on, like, Xbox as well. There might be people who
There isn't an Xbox. There isn't a console on the planet that'll be able to run this game.
No. So I don't know. I mean, there's going to be people who just can't be bothered to refund it, or maybe they will try to kind of like let it pan out. They had some stream partners as well, and maybe people will buy it just to see how like hilariously bad it is right now. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with this. What do you guys think is going to be the story here? What is it going to end up turning into?
I like that you gave them like the best view possible, but why release the game at this point if it is what it is? It's like, just take 10 minutes to play test this. And from what you guys just said, the bug is immediate, right? You
Yeah.
die immediately.
No.
entering the game.
That's
just
if
one of
you
them.
can launch. That's if you can launch the game.
Okay, so
That's also just one of them. There's other ones where like building assets will be replaced by character models. So it's just literally a gigantic head. It's like a building-sized head.
that's actually hilarious.
Dude, look at the blog. It's just wickedgoodgaming.com. You can see I put a bunch of tweets in there of like people putting videos, and it's literally a building-sized character model that people are like shooting at because the asset just like didn't populate the right way. It's insane. It's insane. Bob, what are your thoughts here? Are we like facing the most refunded game in Steam history, or do you think they're going to be able to make something of this?
I think it'll be the most refunded game in Steam history. I think there is going to be like a what's the what is it, like 30 on 30? Is that what the show is called?
30 for 30.
Or 30 for
Yeah.
30? There's going to be one of those, but in the gaming industry on this game, and it's going to be like, or like remember Fire Festival?
Yes. Yes.
There's going to be a Netflix documentary about this someday. Like that's how bad this is going to be.
Oh,
Dom,
my
you
God.
can be as hopeful and altruistic as you want.
I'm just saying. I'm just letting
There's
it
going to
ride.
be a Netflix. There will be a Netflix
For sure,
documentary about
for
this
sure.
game.
And hey,
someday.
now there's a Firefest too. There's a new Firefest happening. So I think that actually is probably what's going to happen here. Is this game's going to be a dumpster fire? It's going to be one of the most refunded, but also one of the most talked about games of the year. And then they're going to end up making another game, and maybe it'll be somewhat competent.
Dude, look at what happened with Lord of the Rings Gollum.
Game of the
It
year.
was arguably one of the worst games ever created
Yeah.
and then released. And then that same studio released not one, but two more of the worst games ever created and released in the same year.
Yeah.
We got the Kong game, which is Gollum just with King Kong. And then we
Makes
got
total sense.
The Walking Dead, which is, I mean, it's a fucking mobile
Dude,
game.
who are these people, these like legal estates that own these massive licenses that are like, you know what? I heard these guys just did a Lord of the Rings game. I bet it was great. Let's get them the Walking Dead license and the King Kong license. That's like 3 different major publishing companies that own those fucking licenses.
Dude, I don't fucking know.
Oh my lord.
marketing
must-
and salespeople are good at their jobs,
Dude,
man.
apparently, bro, that is like, these people must be like, they must have one hell of a sales department because mother of God. Listen, just don't look
Looking
at those.
at
Just
the-
don't look at those Gollum Steam reviews. Just don't look at those. Don't look at that Video Game Donkey review. Don't look at that. Look over here, and here's what we can do for you today for the King Kong license. And they
So
just have like.
I'm
Go ahead.
go ahead. Sorry.
No, go.
I just watched the clip. This game actually looks like it could be good though. Like besides the fact that it's terrible, the like concept seems pretty good. And like the Gollum concept though, that was terrible. There
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
no way that game could be good. Anyone that watches Lord of the Rings or has read the books, there's no way you would ever want to play as a Gollum character. Like that just doesn't sound any sort of interesting.
Yeah.
This game seems like a like post-apocalyptic world that you get to explore that at least is like that sounds like a cool game. It's like The Walking Dead, but with a different twist, and then you get to play as massive zombie crab creatures that attack you that are the size of a building.
Dude.
Again,
All I know is Netflix documentary 2028.
Yeah. It'll be there, and I don't know. I mean, yeah, I need to hear the statement about this. I need to know. Hopefully, before the end of the week, we get like one of those black.
They're gonna quintuple down. They're
black
gonna keep
background-
going.
Black background, white text, tiny logo release saying that we're confident in the product that we launched. We just ran short of time, and we want to do right by our fans, and we don't want you to be disappointed in us, and we know that we fell short, and we're gonna make it right. You guys gotta give us time, yada yada. They're gonna do the same thing. It's gonna be the same. There's I gotta go back to that big mashup of like all the different studio apologies. The "We're Sorry" compilation.
We're sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry. Or they release a white background black text saying, "Get fucked, idiots. Thanks for the money."
Mad Bomber Mo, thank you for the sub, tier 1. And Mad Bomber Mo also said, Bob, are you trying to fuck?
Yeah.
Okay. Bob said he wanted to fuck, so I sub.
Listen, I'm kisses for everybody. You sub, I kiss you.
Um,
If you want it, if you consent.
Thank you for the compliments on my hair. I have not had a haircut recently. I just have really good hair. But I appreciate it. Definitely fresh with the cut, just old, and that's fine. Yeah, I'm very old. I have a 7-month-old brother. I'm aging at a factor of 9. He sleeps good though, so that's good. I get 8 hours of sleep at night.
Good for you.
I don't have a kid.
I mean, that's you though. You also wake up to the sound of your own screams every night, and you know.
I also go to bed to the sound of my own screams at night.
Oh my god, your poor neighbors. But anyway, yeah. So we have that. I know that we had a couple of other topics here, but I know that we're also coming up on the hour. So should we listen to some voicemails?
Let us.
That's right, folks.
Listen,
you know the name. You know
We
the
got
number.
really deep.
Pick up that phone.
Sorry, Ken.
No, it's all right. Tuzon just said Bob has to play CS with me, and I'm afraid of taking years off his lifespan.
Too late, buddy.
I'm afraid I'm taking years off his lifespan. I think that's what he's shooting for.
He-
Mad Bomber Mo
oh,
said, wait, voicemail is Ayo, send number. So it's 617-701-7678, the WGG Internet Dad Sauce line. You can leave a voicemail. We're going to listen to it and react to it live on the show. You got to leave it now, though. 617-701-7678. Just fucking listen. And you can leave a voicemail. And if you listen, don't go fucking saying weird shit to Bob though, because I've had to block people's numbers before. Just leave a normal ass voicemail. 617-701-7678. WGG Internet Sauce line. We got one voicemail here. First and only caller. What do you got?
Hey boys, Coleman here. Thought I'd leave a voicemail this week. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of GTA talk on the show tonight. I, for one, as a PC player, am very thankful that it's not coming out until 2026, so I can save money to build the NASA computer that it's going to require to run the game. Anyway, I had a little quick question for you, a little Christmas-themed question. I think we have this one a lot, but it's always good to freshen it up right around the holidays. What is a good $50 necessity gamer gift that you guys would like to recommend to spouses, wives, anybody, husbands out there that want to buy a gift for their gamer or significant other? Love you guys. Have a good week. Peace.
All right.
Great question. I think we have discussed this before, but it's a great question.
Yeah. SBG, $50 or under gaming gift.
Oof. I don't know that I have a single thing that would be under $50. That's like the difficulty. Good controllers are like $100 now.
Yep.
A keyboard's like $70. Maybe a decent mouse you could probably get for $50 is.
You can get a bunch of good mice for under $50. Yeah.
Or if whoever you're buying for wants to stream, you could like a C920 from Logitech would be a decent one. That's about $45-$50. Yeah. Or Stream Decks? How much are Stream Decks?
They're like
80.
I think the mini is like 50 or 60 though.
That's not a bad idea either. Because
That's
even
not
if you
bad.
don't stream, the ability like just to mute and kind of change scenes is pretty helpful.
And to segue, or not segue, but like lateral from that, if you don't want to spend $60 on a small Steam Deck Mini, you could just get a what is the term for it? Like an additional like numpad
Yeah.
that you can attach, which is just like a macro pad,
Yeah. I would say like
which you can get for like $20-$30.
I would say like some desk organization stuff for me. Like I like keeping my desk organized. Maybe like a little drink caddy for the side of the desk, or like some.
I got one.
Some cable management. I know you do. Some cable management stuff. I have like a little cable management basket that I got that hooks onto the back of the desk, so then everything can kind of, if you have like a power strip or whatever, it like doesn't have to dangle. So that's me. I mean, I like to keep a nice organized desk. I have like my work laptops and stuff over here too, and so I have a little like laptop mount thing so it doesn't take up space on the desk. So yeah, I would say like cable management, desk management stuff, especially if you have somebody that works from home but also games. That'll never go unappreciated. You could even get like a nice big table length mouse pad for like $60, I bet.
Damn, Mo with the 5 gifted,
Mo
and we have
with
we have a scam train.
Scam Train, 5 gifted. Mad Bomber Mo, thank you so much for the sub. You
Thank you,
absolute
Mo.
handsome, sensual legend.
I'll carry you in Counter-Strike after this.
We appreciate you, and we now have 2 voicemails.
Oh God, you might want to check it.
I'm gonna
first.
screen them.
Oh wait, I have a quick addition.
Do that
So
while I
a
screen
little foot hammock to put under your desk, and then you could put
Okay.
your feet up. That's like $20 on Amazon, and maybe some coasters, so that way you don't get water stains on your desk.
I think you can get a decent USB microphone as well for under $50, which for a lot of people, listen, there's a lot of people that play video games, and there's a lot of people that use tin cans for fucking microphones, and they sound like this every time they try to talk to you. Just, spend the fucking $50.
Yeah.
Get something.
Ooh. Another one is batteries for your fire alarm, so nobody has to listen to the
Batteries
beeps
for your
when
fire
you're playing.
Every battery in all 3 of my fire alarms died 2 months after I moved into my apartment, and they're all off of the ceiling.
It's the worst when you're playing with someone, and then every minute beep. It's like this piercing beep.
Yep.
And it's like, dude, fix that, please. You're an adult. This is not a problem you should have.
Dom, how TOS was it?
It's fine. They're fine. They're both like 15 seconds. All right, here we go. There's 2 voicemails. Caller number 2. Here we go. Oh.
Bob, I'm sorry for all of the stress I've been giving you in this game. I miss you. I just wanted to say that I just fragged out on Ancient, and I put the team on my back, and yeah.
Thank you so much, mystery caller, that I don't know who that is. That is wiping the years out of my life.
Sounds like a lot. And another one that is also for Bob. Here we go.
Hi. I am Bob's biggest fan.
Wow.
And I love him. Oh my God, Bob. Please.
Oh, we can't hear it. We
sign
can't
my
hear it.
forehead, Bob. I love you. Stop.
Wait,
Thanks.
you couldn't hear it?
Hi.
We heard half of it.
I am Bob's biggest fan. And I love him. Oh my God, Bob. Please sign my forehead, Bob. I love you. Stop.
Said, please
All right.
sign my forehead, Bob. I love you. Bye.
Okay. Well, listen. As much as those hurt to listen to, it's better than someone leaving a voicemail saying F Bob.
I mean, yeah, you're
So
getting a lot of
so
affection
thanks.
Yeah, you got fans.
there. I mean, you're getting a lot of affection. This might be the most affectionate, like, string of voicemails you've ever had.
That's because Alex knows, Tuzon knows, that every time I play Counter-Strike with him, I want to gouge my own eyes out.
Wow, you literally just
That's not
doxed
true.
him too, like live on the show.
I did
That's
not.
wild.
I did not. Edit that in post.
Yeah. You're just doxing him.
We'll edit that in post.
So you just doxed Tuzon, and then Mo wants you to sign her forehead. So
Yeah, I'll sign Mo's forehead.
okay, you got a lot of work ahead of you.
Yeah.
It's all right. Nobody can spell his last name anyway. It's fine.
True.
Oh, Mo said that wasn't me. That was a random call. Okay, sorry, Mo.
Sorry, Mo. Yeah.
Redacted. Forehead.
Unsigned.
Signing. Redacted. Unsigned. Dom, one more. What? One more. What? Did you leave another? Oh my fucking god! We gotta end the show. All right. I gotta watch Survivor. Hold on a second. I gotta catch up on. Oh, here we go.
Bob, this is Steam support. I'm just letting you know right now that you should definitely transfer your classic knife
Oh
to
my God.
the
Just
Steam account.
end it.
Big
Cut it off.
Goofy.
Cut it off. Cut it off.
Thank you. Bye.
Cut it off. Cut it off.
That's all we got.
End the show. End the show.
All right. Well, that's all we got for voicemails. If you want to leave a voicemail and get it listened to and reacted to live on the show, as long as it doesn't violate TOS, you can leave us a voicemail anytime. 617-701-7678, the WGG Internet Dad Sauce Line. Leave us a voicemail. We'll listen to it live on the show, as long as it doesn't violate TOS. And especially if you want to say something nice about Bob. If you want to get your forehead signed or any of your body parts signed, make sure that you...
within reason.
Any appendages. at
Within
all.
reason.
Within reason. That doesn't
Level
violate
2
TOS.
scam train? Wow.
Level 2 and High Pockets, thank you so much for the sub. We appreciate you. Whoever you are, I'm sure that you're extremely attractive.
Wow, we even got a first-time chat. Love you, Bob. Love you.
That is the first time it's ever been said in this chat in 7 years.
I'm
What are you
almost positive.
doing to these people?
Carrying them in Counter-Strike.
Okay. I'll give Bob something to sign. My Steam profile. Nice save there. Nice save there. Well, hey, listen, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate you. And big shout out to JB, dude. I miss JB. JB popped in here too. Love you, JB. Hope that Utah's treating you well. A lot of people in the chat.
He's in Mormon country? Is he soaking right now?
He is, yeah. Is he ever soaking?
Big soaker.
Oh, he's soaking.
Fucking super soaker out there.
Oh man, big soaks and Amish. All right, let's end the fucking episode. Let's go to land the train here.
Oh, fuck.
SBG, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
I'm sure that you're not regretting that whatsoever. Before we go, why don't you refresh people on where they can find you and where they can find the Fortnite competitive awards?
Yeah, you can find me. It's at Somebody's Gun on all platforms. Twitter's pretty much the only one I use right now. And hosting the 2023 competitive awards for Fortnite. So you can check those out. It's at Comp Awards FN on Twitter and TikTok. That's pretty much where we're going. And I have a long ass website that I'm not going to read to you guys. So find it on the bios of those two.
All right, there you go. Fortnite competitive awards. Comp Awards FN?
There you go.
All right, cool. Listen, dude, just hire the Papa Dom branding agency, and I'll get you right on those. Bob, what do you got?
Shout out to all of the kind words today to me. Makes me feel a little giddy inside. Makes me feel, maybe I won't scream as loud tonight when I'm getting into bed, and maybe I won't scream as loud when I wake up.
Just some whines, just some like low whines. You ever hear Fatty McGee, the Adam Sandler bit?
No.
It's like his first comedy album, and he plays a very portly gentleman who is like breathing extremely heavily when he's getting up the stairs. And they're like, you have to be quiet. You have to calm down. You have to catch your breath. And he's like, I'm trying. That's just like when it's you gotta listen to it. It's like super dated, but it's wicked funny. Yeah, you guys should change the title. Happy Thanksgiving. Shut the fuck up, all right, everybody? Give me a fucking break. I have a 7-month-old. Okay? I hit live, and I do the fucking podcast for free. You guys don't even click on any of the ads on the website, okay? Suck it from the back. It's sweet potato casserole is a fucking side, and I just want you to make sure that you know.
It's a dessert. Let's go.
One eternity later, the podcast ends. Yeah, okay. Listen, I know there's no... Marco, one more fucking comment out of you, and you're getting banned on here, and I'm taking you off the website. So just shut it. I fucking hate everybody. All right, I need to go pull up Survivor on DVR. So I love you all. That's all I got. SBG, thank you so much for coming back on the show. I'm sure that you don't regret it one bit. Come back on anytime, and make sure that you check out the Fortnite Competitive Awards if you're listening to this. When does that go live again?
It's live now. The live award show is
the reveal?
December 21st.
Okay.
December 21st.
December 21st. So start off your holiday season right. Check out the Fortnite Competitive Awards. If you play Zero Build, you're still a human being, even though SBG thinks less of you. But we won't get into that right now. Maybe next time we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it next time. But you're still a person to me, damn it. This has been episode 366 of Not Another Gaming Podcast. We love you so much. And we'll see you next week.
Fight.